Hello friends, welcome to Weld Fab World. Our next lecture is on ASME section and welding positions. What if I told you that simply tilting a pipe by 45 degrees can turn an ordinary welding position into one of the toughest qualifications in the world? And one if failing just one section of that weld could cost a welder a job opportunity worth of lakhs of rupees. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of ASME section and welding positions from the earliest flat weld to the legendary 6G and 6GR test that challenges every experienced welder. By the end of this video, we will understand exactly why welding positions matter and which qualification can open the most doors in the welding industry. Let me ask you a question. If you can weld perfectly on a table in front of you, does that mean you can weld upside down? Most people would say yes. Most welders know the answer is no. Because welding isn't just about melting metal. It's about controlling molten metal while fighting gravity. Every time the workpiece changes position, gravity changes the behavior of the weld pool, and that's exactly why welding position exists. In real projects, welders don't get the luxury of placing every joint in the perfect position. Sometimes they are welding overhead, sometimes they are inside a boiler, sometimes they are hanging behind a pipe 50 feet above the ground, and that's where welding skills truly get tested. Let's begin with the easiest position, the 1G flat position. This is where every welder wants to be. The plate is flat, the weld is performed from the top, and gravity becomes your best friend. The molten metal naturally stays inside the groove. Visibility is excellent. R control is easier. Penetration is easier to achieve. This is why most welding procedures are first developed in the flat position. Think of it like learning to drive on an empty road before entering city drive. Next is 2G welding position. In the 2G welding position, the plate stands vertically. Now gravity starts working against you. The molten metal wants to sag downward. If your travel speed is wrong, your electrode angle is wrong, your heat input is excessive, the weld bed can quickly become uneven. Many beginners discover here that welding isn't just about running a bed, it's about controlling liquid metal. Have you ever seen a weld bit that looks perfect on the top but has lack of fusion underneath? That's one of the common challenges in horizontal welding. Next is 3G welding. Now we are entering serious territory. The 3G vertical position. This is where many welding tests are won or lost. There are ways to weld vertically, vertical up and vertical down. At first glance, they look similar, but in reality, they are completely different. Vertical up. Up is slower, hotter, and more demanding, but it provides deeper penetration and stronger welds. That is why it's widely used on thicker metals. Vertical down. Vertical down is faster, much faster, but controlling penetration becomes more difficult. That's why it's often used on thinner materials. If you think vertical welding is challenging, wait until gravity is pulling molten metal directly towards your face. Welcome to every welder's favorite challenge, the 4G overhead position. Here the weld is performed underneath the joint. Gravity is no longer helping, gravity is attacking. The molten weld pool wants to fall, the slag wants to fall, the sparks wants to fall, and unfortunately they are all heading towards the welder. This position demands excellent arc control, travel speed, and body positioning. That's why overhead welding is often considered one of the most physically demanding plate welding positions. Next welding position is 5G fixed pipe position. Imagine welding a pipe that cannot rotate. That's the 5G position. The pipe is fixed horizontally. To complete the weld, the welder must physically move around the pipe. As the weld progresses, conditions continuously change. One moment you are welding vertically, the next moment you are welding overhead, then horizontal, then flat. It's like driving through our four different welder conditions in a single trip. Now we arrive at the position every welding student has heard about, the famous 6G test. The pipe is fixed at 45-degree angle and suddenly every welding challenge combines into one test. Visibility changes continuously, body position changes continuously, electrode angle changes continuously, heat control changes continuously, and that's why 6G qualification is often considered the benchmark of pipe welding skill. In many fabrication shops, when someone says a welder is 6G qualified, people immediately understand that the welder has some demonstrated advanced capability. And just when you thought 6G couldn't get harder, engineers created 6GR. Now we add an obstruction plate. Suddenly your access is restricted, your hand movement is restricted, your visibility is restricted, and your patience is tested. The welder must complete a high quality weld while working around an obstacle. That is why 6GR is often used for critical qualification testing. So, which position is the most important? For beginners, mastering 1G builds confidence. For production welding, 3G and 4G are extremely valuable. For pipe welders, 5G is a major milestone, but there is one qualification that stands above the rest. It's 6G. Because a successful 6G qualification demonstrates the ability to weld through virtually every welding position encountered in industry. And that's why 6G welders continue to be among the most respected professionals in fabrication, power plants, refineries, and pressure vessel manufacturing. Which welding position do you find most difficult? 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, 6G, or 6GR? Let us know in the comments. And if you are serious about welding, ASME course, fabrication, and inspection, subscribe to WeldFab World for more technical training videos.